I'm convinced essays are the most overlooked aspect of the application process. I want to talk about how to approach the essays, then talk about a good process to write your essays, and then talk through a couple of sample essay questions. Through the essay process, it's really important to show thoughtfulness and show that you're strategic. You can show that you're thoughtful through the experiences that you choose, and it should really show that you're reflective and very observant in life. You can show that you're strategic through the structure of your essays and just your general approach. Another thing that's really important is you shouldn't write your essays independently of one another. And what I mean by that is they should be very complementary. They shouldn't duplicate experiences. They shouldn't repeat each other. And they should also support a different part of your brand statement. Another thing that I think people get caught up doing is cutting and pasting their essays for the different schools. So if you have 4 schools that you're applying to, 3 essays each, it's 12 essays total, and you're going to be tempted to cut and paste. The admissions committee knows what the questions are for the other top schools, and they're going to recognize that all you've done is cut and paste it from one school to another. Now I want to talk about a good process for writing the essays. It's really 5 steps. The first is brainstorm ideas. You want to have a notebook, write down all the different experiences that you've had with that particular topic. Think about school, work, personal experiences, community service. Take up to a week. Talk to different people that you know. Think about different experiences that have been very impactful on you. The second step is you have to filter. You want to think about what you can write about and not have to BS. You also want to think about what was truly impactful and meaningful and understand why that affected you. Be really introspective and reflective about this. It's kind of a fun time to think about all the different experiences that you've had. Third part is creating an outline. I think this is the most important part because it'll give you a lot of guidance. This is the general structure of the essay, and you want to make sure that it's in the proper order. Fourth is actually writing the essay. This ends up being the easiest part. The fifth is edit, edit, edit. You want to edit for content and you want to edit for grammar and vocabulary. You should get 1 or 2 different people to look at your essays and edit for each of these things. Now I want to talk through 2 different sample essay questions that you'll most likely see through the application process. First one is, what are your 3 most substantial accomplishments and why do you view them as such? So each accomplishment that you talk about should come from a different facet of your life because you're trying to show breadth. So you want to show one from work. You always want to show one from work. And then another one from community service, your undergrad, personal life, but they should definitely come from 3 different places. Also, each accomplishment should really showcase what that particular school that you're applying to emphasizes. So for example, if you're applying to Harvard Business School and they focus on leadership, then the tone of your essays should really focus on how you took a leadership role in that particular instance. Also, it's really important to make the link to how those accomplishments will help you succeed in business school or as a future business leader. A second sample question that I want to talk about is the famous one, what have you learned from a mistake? Now first off, this is not confession time. Really, it's an opportunity to showcase the strength that you have. So you want to promptly lay out the context, explain the mistake that you made, and then really spend the majority of the essay explaining what you learned from your mistake. Again, it's really important to make the link to how this learning will help you succeed at business school or as a future business leader. Many schools will give you the option of choosing some of the essay questions that you answer. So how do you go about deciding which questions you're going to write about? Well, first, you want to think about your brand statement and what questions make it easy to support your brand statement. Also, you want to think about which questions will really showcase your strengths. Also, what questions make you interesting. They want to see interesting people. Lastly, don't forget to make the link to how the things in your essay will help you succeed at business school and as a future business leader. Now I want to talk about the letters of recommendation and how to approach those.